Hello there. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth Bowles and I am a bookkeeper for construction business owners. And on this channel, we explore the strategies and tools that help us run successful businesses and live happier, more productive lives. I know that social media, including YouTube, is a highlight reel, so we often only talk about our success and not so much of our failures and mistakes in business. So today I'd like to keep it real and talk to you about the 6 biggest mistakes that I have committed and how it almost cost me my business. Entrepreneurs, marketers, and yes, construction business owners can totally benefit from this video. I share these with you today because I want to help business owners avoid those decisions that could cost you your time, your money, your reputation. Are you ready? Let's go. First one, record processes and create systems. That's the number 1 mistake. Running a business is all about establishing a solid foundation. No, I'm not talking about funding capital and investor lining up. I'm talking about processes and creating systems. So I, like many other startup business owners, didn't want to waste time on putting everything on paper. You could say that I would just, wing it every day because, hey, most of the things I did actually worked and it was way simpler to just have everything in my head. So who's to say I should have documented it, right? So there goes mistakes number 1. I thought that I wouldn't be growing rapidly and wouldn't need to hire so soon. So I didn't need the processes and the systems in place because no one else would be using it, right? Besides me. Wrong again. I had the mindset that my small business would remain as such, just one-woman show. And perhaps it wasn't just because I didn't want to waste my time, but part of it was like my mindset I didn't realize that I had, and I was stuck in my old ways and was under the impression that my business wouldn't grow, but I was wrong, the right kind of wrong anyway. Within a year, my business quickly grew and I knew I was in a position to outsource, but the problem was I didn't have the processes documented and the systems in place, and the very thing I was trying to avoid became an inevitable task and ate up most of my time. I was in a rush, scrambling to get it all done because I knew that without them, it will take a million times longer to train new people and have them follow some sort of invisible process. If you want something done right, record the exact steps that even a teenager could repeat. Besides, in the long run, if you decide to sell your business in the future, you will have to have all the processes in place, because investors, they do not buy a business that cannot function without you. They're buying your business model with all the systems that make it so successful. Investors are not buying a job for themselves. So, lesson learned, document everything in very easy way to follow. Develop the mindset that in order for you to earn more, your business needs to scale, and scaling will require hiring additional help. So let's get real. Business owners have huge egos. It's both a good thing and it can also work against us sometimes. So ego is good because it boosts our confidence. We didn't start businesses to play small, dream small, and live small. We put up our businesses for the following reasons. So the first one, we want to make an impact. The second one is that we crave time and money freedom that we cannot get on our regular jobs. Then we also want to retire early. Some of us found a loophole in our chosen industry and want to address that gap in the market. That list goes on. There are millions of reasons. So with these goals of starting a business, we immediately embrace our ego. But what happens is that we tend to believe that we can handle everything ourselves because we treat our businesses like our babies, right? Something we created. And this is where our ego becomes our enemy. And this brings me to mistake number 2. We avoid letting go of control at all costs. and this affects us hiring additional help. When I got over my mindset that my business will remain small and I didn't need to hire, I realized that I started to work longer hours, and yet I neglected in the reality that it was highly good time to start outsourcing or hiring help. And it wasn't because I was selfish and wanted my income to be just my own. It wasn't because I was afraid that my business would go under and I have to worry about paying someone else. But it was because I didn't want to let go of the control to hire and train someone else to be like second Elizabeth. I didn't think anyone else could do what I did, given the value and the quality of services that I did, exactly the way that I do things. Yes, I know, ego, right? I spoke to some of my contractor clients too, and they have told me the same thing. It took them a year to hire extra help, not because they didn't have the money, but they wanted to hold on to that control much longer. See, it's quite scary to put your trust in someone else's hands, because understandably, that is your name that's at stake and the businesses of your clients. But what happened to me was I started to experience the burnout, the resentment, and, the quality of work has taken a dip for a little bit. Why? Because I was tired and stretched too thin. I was getting hardly any sleep each night, and I was just trying to be everything for everybody. And this is obviously not a sustainable business model, I thought. So imagine your construction business running under several project managers you had to hire. You have had to train them, trust them, and teach them the systems you've laid out as the foundation for your business. And because you need to focus on other aspects of your business, you have no choice but to give your team that trust they deserve without you constantly micromanaging them every step of the way. I know it's easier said than done, but lesson learned here. Once you have your processes in place and you are well on your way to hiring and training those you hire, after all, you can't do everything 24 hours a day. Again, if you want to scale your construction business and make more money, you need to let go of the reins, forget about the control, and start hiring process. So mistake 3 is more common among business owners than we think. We don't charge enough. This isn't a result of a lack of knowledge about the industry standards, but mindset comes into play big time here. Here are the 3 reasons why we don't charge enough. First one, we're afraid that our clients can't afford us. The second one, we don't think we're worthy of charging premium rates. And the third one, we're afraid that our competitors might have an edge and we'll get left behind. So my take on these reasons is that first, I was initially afraid that most contractor clients couldn't afford me because I didn't have an established business yet and no one knew who I was. So I said yes to everybody, everything, including lowballing my rates. So the result was that I got burned out easily, and some clients didn't even want to take our work seriously because they didn't pay high enough rates for the services to care much about getting me the information to do their books. And the second thing is that I honestly didn't think I was worthy of charging premium rates because I was just starting out. I felt like price would be the number one objection whenever I'm marketing myself and my services. And the third one is that I didn't want to charge so high that I'd hear potential clients say, but I know XYZ who only charges this much, why are you so expensive? So when I didn't charge enough, here's what happened. The first is that clients were actually more afraid that I was charging so low because why was quality work coming so cheap? Maybe there was something wrong with it. That was their mindset. And Also, when I did book a lot of clients because I was so affordable, I ended up working with too many that I got exhausted. I was spread too thin, and I honestly, it didn't make me happy how it all went down. So lesson learned here, remember the 80-20 principle I discussed in my other video? 80% of your clients generate 20% of your income. So you need to charge accordingly as you take into account industry standards, marking up your rates, and so on. So here's a little tip. Take a look at which niche in construction has proven to be more profitable for your business. That way you stop focusing on the quality of clients that you have and shift your priority with nurturing fewer high quality clients in the niche that generates more profit for you. So as you niche down, you'll be able to evaluate how to charge accordingly as well. With profit comes the opportunity to scale your prices as you establish your expertise in your chosen niche. And this is exactly how I was able to charge better for my services. I used to cater to everyone, and when I figured out that construction industry is the niche that I'd like to focus on, I was able to laser focus on becoming an expert in that niche, and I was able to raise my rates without sacrificing my time, my health, and quality of my work. I figured out what are the things my clients need the most help with, and that they can't get anywhere else to be delivered. If you put my past YouTube videos side by side with my latest one, you can tell the difference. So mistake number 4 is that I was too shy to market. It took me forever to post on social media and really put myself out there. I remember my first videos on LinkedIn. I'll keep this particular mistake short. Being too shy to market meant I stunted the growth of my business. In fact, this immediately slowed down my ability to grow my network, generate referrals and income. I was too shy to provide value, thinking that I'm not enough as an expert who will listen to me. The first time someone told me to start making videos, my response was, oh heck no, I don't think so. So when I was asked, do you think people will benefit from your advice? I said, for sure they will. And then I got this back from that person. So you are doing them a disservice, keeping all this knowledge to yourself instead of helping them, sharing with them. It hit me like a rock right there and then. How did I get over shyness? It's a work in progress, but this is why I loved hiring people in their zone of genius who could help me with my efforts to get the information to as many people as possible that would find it helpful. So here's what I did. I practiced a lot. I had to film a lot of videos to get comfortable on camera. I invested my time to learn more about how YouTube works and how to network with people. After all, investing in ourselves never stops if we want to grow our business, no matter the industry that we're in. So, lesson to learn here again. I learned that the shyness was just in my head, and with consistent practice, content creation became like a second nature to me. I am excited every time that I'm coming up with something to share with you all. So we don't enjoy people messaging us and creating this fake connection online because we know they're going to sell us something. This is a mistake number 5. I hated sales. My experience with sales was always so cringy that I thought that's the only way that sales works, until I realized that it doesn't have to be slimy and it could just be a conversation, much like how we create friendships and, forge relationships. So lesson learned here, I had to fix my relationship with sales. When I realized that my service is actually beneficial to construction business owners, that's when I stopped thinking that sales was slimy and tacky. In fact, I was inspired to network even more and offer my help because contractors need that help. And I embraced the fact that construction business owners will always need a bookkeeper. So why should I hide under a rock instead of selling my services openly and providing the value in the conversations that we always have? Being realistic is both good and bad. Good because I am rarely disappointed because I look at experiences realistically. Bad because I'm always sort of in my own way. So here's the last and final mistake I'm sharing. Mistake number 6, not having goals in place. At the beginning, I didn't know that I could succeed. I really wanted to, but I'm a realist with big dreams. When I started doing yearly, quarterly, and monthly goals, not only monetary, but I also evaluated how my services impacted my construction clients and my own team, I became more aware of what needs to be done. I knew that establishing goals was key to achieving organization, efficiency, directions. When I became more clear and communicative of what goals were as a business, directions finally had purpose. Not to mention all the decisions made had intention and strategy. So lesson learned here, I realized that once we establish our SMART goals and our big, hairy, audacious goals, the clearer our vision is for where we want our business to go. Our business goals help clarify the reasoning behind our business decisions. So by setting up specific, timely, and measurable goals for your small business, you can focus on achieving desirable outcomes. You would notice how everyday tasks will become even more meaningful. Here's a quick rundown on 6 biggest mistakes I committed in my business. The first one, not recording processes and systems. Second one, not wanting to let go of control and hire. Third one, I wasn't charging enough. Fourth, I was too shy to market. Fifth, I absolutely hated sales. And sixth, I didn't have my goals in place. Were you able to relate to any of these mistakes? I'd love to hear from you. If you had similar experiences as mine, leave some comments below, leave some likes, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow. Lastly, I'll leave you with this. Mistakes, they don't have to dictate the success of your business. In fact, you can think of them as opportunities for growth. Don't be too hard on yourself, and remember that every business will have its ups and downs. It's up to you how you want to manage these challenges along the way.